All right. Well, today is about a week since I got my bike, so it's time to wash it. I actually got some dirt on it, which is great. It looks like someone's been riding this thing, which I have. So yeah, it's dirty, and I want to give it a wash. Also to practice washing it too. And just before I started, I wanted to show you something really funny. I got the muck off exhaust bung. It comes like this. Oh, sorry. It comes like this. So that with a 4-stroke, you use the whole black part. With a 2-stroke, you just use this part and the lanyard to help you remember to pull it out and to pull it out. So I actually bought this before I even chose what motorcycle I was going to buy. It was the very first piece of motorcycle kit I bought. It was just a weird impulse purchase. And so now that I actually have a bike, it's really funny because, as you can see here in the exhaust, it's the exhaust on the Svartpilen 401 is quite small. The black one doesn't fit in there at all, even though I do have a 4-stroke. If you pull this off, you can like shove just a tip in there, and it looks kind of funny. I think that the reality is that if you're washing a Svartpilen, there's probably very little chance of you actually spraying water into the exhaust at all. But anyway, I do own it already, so I thought it was super funny, so I just thought I would show you. So that's it. So yeah, enjoy as I clean and lube my chain and wash the bike, and we'll see how this goes. All right, so right off the bat, I ran into a problem right away. I couldn't actually spin the rear wheel because the tire was making contact with the stand. So first thing I had to do was actually adjust the stand height and get it to a height that would let me rotate the tire. That was embarrassing, but I left it in for you. So here I'm just using the chain cleaner. The Svartpilen 401 doesn't have a lot of space. So in a lot of chain cleaning videos, you see them spraying just in front of the sprocket on the lower part of the chain. And that is where I ended up spraying the chain cleaner, but it was pretty tricky finding space in there. There's not a lot of room to work with, and there's not a lot of options on where you can spray the chain cleaner, and obviously you want to avoid getting that on your wheel, and I wiped off the excess as I went. So now I'm washing the whole thing. So you can see I just sprayed on the muck off cleaner, and I appreciated the fact that the spray bottle, like you can just spray additional as required. So instead of just doing one foaming amount at the beginning and then having to go back to a hose or some kind of foaming contraption device or whatever, you can just have the spray bottle with you and spray more as you go. So I'm just using a mitt mostly, and the spray bottle, which is great. It's just a general purpose cleaning product. So then it actually started raining, and that was fine because I was washing the bike anyways, but I wanted to dry it off and lube the chain and all that stuff. So I brought the bike in the shed after and started wiping it down. I have two, I guess, plush towels, and they worked amazing. Like, I didn't need to wring them out. I wiped down the entire bike with both of them. They just soaked up all the water. It was like a black hole for water. It was pretty impressive. So here I am preparing to do the chain lubing. So I've got that old t-shirt. I've dried the chain, or I'm drying it right now, and making sure all the water and moisture is gone off of it. And then here I am just applying some chain lube and then wiping off any excess. And it actually felt really nice when I had lubed it, especially the second time. You could feel the difference moving the rear wheel, and you could feel it becoming easier and easier to roll, and it was pretty nice. Here I'm discovering that I fucked up my helmet. I had brought it up to the camera, but it happened so fast you can't see it. But I don't know what happened. I'm so careful with my helmet, and I got a scratch on my visor. So I was not gonna let it get me down, and I wasn't gonna flip out, but I
I was keeping it inside. Like you can, as I'm wiping the bike down, just know that I'm thinking about that scratch on my visor and thinking about like, how the hell did I do that? What happened? I had my helmet just sitting there. How did this happen? It sucks because visors are expensive, and I'm not obviously not going to replace it just because I got a scratch on it. But now every time I ride, I'm going to see that scratch, and I'm going to be upset. And I'll just have to accept it, move on, I guess. I don't know. I tried buffing it out. It's definitely a scratch, so that's a problem. So here I am applying motorcycle protectant to the seat and other areas, and then I'm putting the silicone shine on all the other areas, like mostly the hard areas, and then the protectant on the seat and stuff like that. I find the protectant works better on like plastic stuff and seats, and the silicone shine works best for like metal and that kind of stuff. So I am being careful not to get it on the brakes. And tomorrow, before I take my bike out for a ride, I will spray and wipe up some brake cleaner on the wheels and stuff. So here I've taken off the radiator, and I'm going to be painting something on it. It's my next project. You'll just have to wait and see